Mademoiselle Lynna, www.conjuremix.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am so happy to be here tonight. I am still feeling a little bit under the weather, so if you hear me taking sips of water or maybe a little throat clearing here and there, just kind of roll with it, and we'll make it through. So I wanted to continue with our self-empowerment series, and tonight we're going to be talking about different ways of letting stuff go. So we're going to start with the purest moments. These moments of pure be here now presence are what dreams are made of. Whether you are in the present moment feeling happy or sad, fearful or accepting, when you are truly in the now, you are gathering power and finding clarity. Yet most of us spend our time scattered across different lives, different continents, and different periods in time until we are nothing but a storm of diffused fragments that cannot find any traction. Fear keeps most of us from even momentarily being present because we might discover something we didn't want to acknowledge. We might have to get real about what isn't working. How funny is it that we want answers and change, but we don't want to do the hard work? Perspective is everything in the present. You can see these revelations and clarity as painful reminders of your soft spots and vulnerabilities, or you can see them as they really are, opportunities for big magic. What being present means. When Shaheen slips into his own darkness, be it sadness, fear, anger, or angst, he knows he has cut himself off from the flow of the universe and, more specifically, the present moment. Now, being in the present moment isn't about being oblivious to the past or the future or even the things going on in the world and your life as a whole. Being in the present moment is about not being attached to the chaos and giving away your power. You can observe the scene unfolding without interacting. It's sort of like when your parents told you to look but not touch. Choose wisely and intently the things you wish to place your hands and heart upon. That way you are in a full agreement about where that road could take you. Then you lay your spirit upon that intention and fall curious to what comes next. Being present is about letting go of the need to control. When you want to control the outcome over everything rather than focusing on the task at hand, you are slipping out of the present. Surrendering to the circle of intention that is the right now is a powerful gesture. You relinquish your need to do a million things at one time while getting nowhere fast. Imagine a life of just flowing rather than forcing. Be here now. Simply call yourself back to the present throughout the day. Pull yourself back into the hum of the room, the solid earth beneath you, and the rhythm of your own breathing. You become present, grounded in the here and now, which is where the flow of intention flourishes. It is a simple, sacred act of fortifying the spirit. Oh, pardon me. Breath connects you to life, and life is in the present moment. Breath work is a simple way to bring yourself into the present. We push our bodies way too hard, taking for granted good food, good sleep, and most importantly, healthy breathing. Shallow breaths create stagnant and scattered energy and intentions. As you move into the cycles of your breathing with intention, you rejuvenate your body, clear your mind, process your emotional centers, and ground yourself in the here and now. Breathing is healing in these moments. Your breath connects you to your body, to your spirit, and allows you to be present. Presence is the key to wellness. If you slip out of your body in the face of uncertainty, then you lose your grounding and your ability to communicate with your spirit. Affirm to yourself, I am here now, in this moment, in this experience, ready for the ride. The challenge of being in the moment is ever present. Being present isn't being idle. It is being aware of what is happening at this moment now. Shaheen says, when I feel chaotic, I usually allow myself to have a freak out, and then I stop and remind myself that there is something to learn here. Now, here's a simple breath work to move you into the present. 1, activate your breathing session by getting comfortable. Let yourself become settled wherever you are, in your chair, on a bench, beneath a tall tree, at your desk, or in your bed. Loosen your shoulders by swinging your arms gently. Shake out your limbs. Release the muscles in your face. Feel yourself sinking deeper into the ground beneath you, into the moment, and into your breathing. 2, sip cool, refreshing air through your nose. Pull your breath deep into your belly, feeling it grow and expand. Now let your middle expand, and then your chest. Once you are full, begin to exhale through your mouth. 3, as you exhale, feel a stair-step rhythm begin to happen. Release your breath from the chest first, then the middle, then the belly. Reverse the order as you inhale through the nose again. 4, feel yourself building energy as your breathing takes on a flowing rotation. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. The ebb and flow of your breathing will activate your body's natural flow, moving energy blocks, bringing you into the present moment and granting you wisdom and knowledge stored deep within. 5, try this exercise for at least 5 minutes, or go as long as you need. Your whole body will relax and return to a state of wellness. Your stress levels will decrease, and you will begin to see the masterpiece of your life unfolding before you. Now, I will send this to everyone who is live with us tonight, so don't worry about not being able to write it down. I'm going to send it to you. Other tips to ground yourself in the moment: stretching and body movements such as walking, yoga, or swimming will connect you with your body. Feeling our body helps us to be more present because we tend to slip outside of it when things become difficult. Or mindfully enjoy a cup of warm herbal tea or a light snack. The EFT tapping we explored earlier is another amazing technique for releasing and becoming present. Try noticing what is around you when you are feeling out of touch or spacey. Like playing Where's Waldo. Begin mindfully taking in the space you are occupying. Find 3 colors in your current setting. Find 3 shapes. Find 3 different sounds. Find 3 different smells. Find 3 different textures you can touch. Look up, down, and side to side. When you are feeling off kilter, questioning your thoughts is another practice to use. Begin by noticing your thoughts. Write them down on a piece of paper or speak them out loud to a recorder. I like to do this in a mirror so I can see the truth in my eyes. Go deep and get to the heart of what is happening in your mind. Then simply ask yourself, is this thought true? Do I have proof? What is the worst that can happen? What if it is all a lie? What if it is nothing more than fear? What can I do to actively change it right now? Can I name this thought or find its source? Do this whenever you are met with anxious feelings. One time could feel like a fall down the rabbit hole. However, with time, pulling your thoughts out of your head and questioning them will reveal the content of your mind, how it is really narrating your life, and how truly limiting it truly is. Far too often, we spend our time telling ourselves very scary things that do nothing but disrupt our internal state and throw everything into chaos. It doesn't have to be that way. This practice will help you cultivate intentional living. Oh, so sorry. Be nowhere. When Shaheen needs major healing and clarity, he likes to slip out of the time loop of daily life. This is an intuitive approach to becoming neutral. Removing yourself from the situation abolishes the limiting patterns and tunnel vision that can sometimes bleed us of our insight. It's like walking away from a frustrating problem to then be met with a sudden solution. Sleeping is the number one way that you can go to neutral. When you need answers, sleep on it. When you sleep, you move yourself into the receptive mode of being. You release tension and the need to control. You move into sacred time where you are nourished by divine light and spiritual guidance. Sleep is the act of plugging in your spiritual battery to recharge. Meditation and trance are more intentional ways of moving into the neutral, nowhere state. You are quieting the analytical self to allow the intuitive self to step forward. Embarking on this sacred journey of transformation awakens an innate desire to be in your spirit. Shamanic rattling and drumming can enhance meditation trance work. The drum and rattle help to subdue the analytical mind so the spirit self can speak. 10 to 15 minutes a few times a week can be a wonderful place to begin. A way of life. Spiritual cleansing is psychic detoxification. It is purging and clearing out the aura. Spiritual hygiene allows you to your highest good, your innate wisdom. Claiming energetic space activates magnetism to make magic happen. Your mental and emotional state is a big player in your energetic storytelling. Thoughts and feelings are active, living forces that work to push, pull, and clarify whatever you are bringing into your life. Negative thoughts and feelings have a lower frequency, causing disturbances in your aura, weakening your protection, and inviting unwanted influence. Emotions color and clarify thoughts. What you feel evokes what you think. As you accept limiting thoughts, you invite more feelings, creating a cycle that is all too real and very damaging. Thankfully, we have the power to disrupt this cycle. Not every negative thought or feeling will instantly show up in your life. But it's like when you consistently ingest unhealthy food, your health begins to suffer. So one negative thought won't be damaging, just as one positive thought won't be healing. It is through habit that we cultivate good energetic hygiene. Claim your space. Claiming your space is taking ownership of what you will and will not accept in your life. By fortifying your energy bodies, you keep negative energies at bay and attract more of the good that you wish for. Like frequencies of a radio. Whatever rate you vibrate at allows you to tap into anything at that frequency. Staying mentally and emotionally alert declares your space. Essentially, you are saying, where am I at right now? Is this where I want to be? This state of being is what you call your personal bubble. You are building a universe based on what feels good to you. Try to recall someone you've met who seems to radiate a personal force field. They have a seemingly impenetrable bubble of protection that keeps you treading just around the perimeter, comfortably out of their space. These individuals have made energetic space for their own well-being. Though they may seem intimidating, introverted, unapproachable, or even arrogant, they often are none of those things. Rather, they have made an effort to cultivate their well-being by protecting their spirit self and their thoughts and feelings. Declare your own space by staying mentally and emotionally alert. Stay accountable for your state of being and make a daily effort to check in with yourself to measure where you are and what you are projecting out to the ether. This projection is what those around you are swimming through and interacting and responding to accordingly. Turn your attention to what you are thinking and feeling. It may feel unnatural at first to filter your thoughts and feelings, but after a while it will become second nature. You will never be immune to negative thinking or down feelings, but you will begin to sense a shift in your state of well-being as you go there and can consciously shift out. This state of awareness allows you to clarify what you are projecting outward into the ether and refine how and in what way people will respond to and interact with you. Oh, and it's okay to be a little tough sometimes or to seem a little standoffish. An element of mystery never hurt anyone. You'll find this very helpful when you are among large groups of people, in tense situations, or feeling under pressure from work. Turning inward in this way may seem a little redundant or unnecessary, but I promise you, you will be surprised at how unaware of your present state of being you usually are. We know we are often the last to know how we really feel or what we are really thinking until we make the effort to pay attention. We are constantly catching negative thoughts by the tail as they float out of our mind, declaring, "You're thinking it again," and making an effort to shift. Sometimes even talking out loud to others in this way can be helpful. Be honest about where you are. As you create the space and cultivate the space of noticing your thoughts and feelings, you can replace them with something more wholesome and uplifting, essentially nullifying your shadowy state. Ask yourself this very profound question again. Does this feed my spirit or does it deplete my spirit? Ask this question in any given situation. You will begin to see the patterns of what builds you up or tears you down. Break the cycle of what is limiting, and you banish its power. We know this is easier said than done, but it is the basic truth of spiritual cleansing and protection. 4 ways to claim your space. 1. Take daily stock of where you are mentally and emotionally. 2. Spend time in prayer and meditation to consciously shift into a high vibration. 3. Ground and center in moments of chaos. Simply stepping outside to wrap your arms around a tree will ground you. You can also work on your breathing, allowing yourself to find the rhythm of your breath. Visualize yourself rooting into the earth like a tree. This will discharge unwanted energies. 4. Create sacred space. This can be a formal process of making a spiritual haven for connecting with the divine, or simply generating an environment or atmosphere that makes you feel good. Exercise to shift your energetic state. Begin making a daily practice of observing your thoughts. Your thoughts are the way you process and shift your emotions. Throughout the day, especially in those hectic times when you tend to lose track of yourself, consciously stop and ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? What am I feeling right now? What is driving these feelings and these thoughts? When you catch yourself at the tail end of a limiting thought, swap it out with a more uplifting one. Pardon me. For every negative thought you have, replace it with 3 positive ones. Activate these 3 positive thoughts by affirming them out loud. For example, say you are thinking of your shortcomings and weaknesses on a project you are doing for work. Nullify that limiting pattern by affirming out loud or in your head, depending on where you are. Whatever your negative thought may not be my strong point, but I am excellent at blah and blah and blah. I have this under control and it's flowing smoothly. So what you do is say, you're thinking that your project's not going really good at work. So you would say, my project may not be going really good at work and it may not be my strong point, but I am excellent at numbers. I am an awesome people person. And I work well with my team. I have this under control and it's flowing smoothly. Begin to imagine that affirmation playing out in your head. Go through the story in your head. See yourself really embodying those 3 positive attributes as you envision these attributes. You activate your feelings, raising your vibration and shifting your energetic story. Check in again and ask, what am I feeling right now? What am I projecting outward into the world with my emotions? Another fun question to ask is, what color am I right now? Just close your eyes and see a color. Do not think too hard about it. Do not think about what color you want to be. Just call out the first color that fills your head. Now you can explore what emotion your color elicits. This is a way of tricking your mind into being honest about your feelings. In these sessions with a smile, smiles always make things better. They remind your body to feel good. As you clarify your emotions through acknowledging your thoughts, you detoxify the psychic atmosphere around you, refining and redirecting your energy to uplift and support you helps you and everyone in your life. Okay, do you guys have any thoughts so far?
No.
Okay.
It was a good read.
Thank you.
I have to work on that. I really do.
One of the things I come across quite often is people will say things like they're out to get me, or he doesn't like me, he's cheating on me, I know he's with somebody else, stuff like that. And I tell people that what you put out is what you'll get back, and you'll actually manifest your fears. And so that's what they're talking about, is replacing those thoughts. When you notice that you're having those thoughts, take note of it. You know, say, damn, I'm having this thought again, and change it. You know, he does like me. I'm beautiful. I'm very likable. I'm a people person. I'm kind. You know, things like that.
I totally feel that, but I also know that sometimes like your intuition is like dead on, And I mean, I was in a 12-year relationship where it ended from finding out he was cheating on me for 7 years. And I definitely, when I was confronted with it the first 2 times, I was like, absolutely not. And I was in yoga, I was teaching yoga. So I was like, I knew all about these laws and principles, and I bold-faced denied it. I denied it. I was like, there's no possible way. And sure enough, in my intuition, it was there, but I was like, I'm not going to pay these thoughts any attention. I'm totally a winner, not going to pay attention to it. And sure enough, 7 years later, all 50 shades of everybody else came out of the closet, and I was totally dead on. So that's, I know about impressing upon consciousness, and impressing upon universe, and using our thoughts to really attract what we want to see. Mm-hmm. But the big question becomes how do we face it? Because you do have to face it, and then replace it with, either this or something better. Because we can't take someone else's free will. If someone else wants to go out and do the dirty in whatever way that it comes back on us, obviously what you were saying is take your power back, take your thoughts and put them in a better place, send that person love, move on your own ways, have your own boundaries without getting caught up in the landslide of the negativity thinking, attracting more of what you don't want to see. Did I get that right?
Yes. So you could say, okay, he may be cheating on me, but I already know I deserve better. Therefore, I'm going to go find someone better. You know what I mean? You're muted? Okay, I can unmute you. And
honestly, I feel like at the end of the day, yes, you can transmute those thoughts. But if it's your intuition that's telling you, like in Ashley's case, if it's your intuition that was telling you that, I feel like always listen to your intuition. I mean, if you're just having random thoughts and it's not, you don't feel like it's your intuition, yeah, maybe transmute that. But I'm always going to listen to my intuition first.
Right. And I agree. And what I'm saying, though, is if you know, your gut is telling you that he's cheating on you, then you need to think, okay, he's cheating on me. I deserve better than this. And get out of this situation, because you don't deserve to be cheated on.
I think she's muted.
Who?
Ashley. No. She's not.
Not unless she muted herself.
Okay.
Let me see.
I can't. I mean, there I am. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm out here, and it's I come for a walk, and it's it's calm all day long, and then all of a sudden the storm comes when I'm out here. Sorry, guys. Bring in the wind. Yes, I agree. If you hear that intuition, don't even try to rationalize someone else's narcissism. Jump boat immediately. You can't change that. You cannot fix stupid if someone's going to do that. There are obviously other, there are other energetics which move, which can cause manipulation in other people. But that's a very, very, it's the percentage chance that could even be possible for one person is such a rarity. That's not the case with somebody, especially somebody who's a serial car chaser. That's a habit. I mean, I looked at it inside and out and met tons of people after that actually suffer from it like it's an affliction. And they'll bullface look at you in the face like a sociopath and lie to you. And, they have no feelings in that department. So, and it's sad because a lot of them just haven't owned that they're polyamorous individuals, and they feel like that's taboo. But there's actually an entire culture that would support that preference, if you guys catch my drift. But right. The sad thing is they parade around in monogamy, and then it hurts the other person who actually truly is monogamous, and that's not okay.
Right. So that monogamous person needs to say, okay, I know they're out doing their thing with other people, and I deserve someone that's going to be loyal to only me.
Right. Especially if that's the way that they want to play. So, right. Yeah. And that's often too, that's just clear communication, boundaries, rules, and also standards. A rule is you are going to be faithful to me. A boundary is you cheat on me, I leave, period. difference, right? Like boundary is all about our power. So, and I'll have to send you something that you can tag in the notes, which is a podcast that goes over all of that. Like, because that would really help a lot of people, just that little bit of clear communication, you know?
Right. So, but it's not always about cheating. Like they were saying too, it could be doubts about other things, about, you know, if you feel like you're not good enough or doing something well enough, or, you know, because we all have these random thoughts from time to time.
Oh, absolutely.
I worry about sounding stupid in front of other people, saying something wrong or making weird noise or whatever, you know. But I got to kind of have to suck it up and do it anyway.
Yeah, but like I do think that you have a lot to offer, and I've been growing with you for almost 2.5, 3 months now, and I'm super grateful for the perspective that you're bringing. And I hear people oftentimes from working with numerous people, even a woman today that I worked with 3 years ago, right, was singing my praises to a new client just the other day. And she's sitting there right in front of me tonight, and she's telling me, Ashley, I can't do A, B, C, and D. And I was like, why can't you do it? And she's like, oh, you know, everybody else is doing it. And I was like, yet you have 180 people with their hands up asking you to do it. And we just brought, sadly, you know, somebody who is in their 60s to you that doesn't even know where their own anatomy is. So it sounds like you need to lead some people, and they want to pay you. So where's the hang up, right? And there's a Orion Mountain dancer. I think that's maybe the quote of, and there's also a Marianne Williamson quote of, who are you not to do these things? And I think those logical thoughts come, and we all can talk ourselves out of good intentions constantly just by pandering to fear. Like, that's real.
Yes, it's very real. And that's why we need to learn to get it under control.
Oh, absolutely.
Or at least try to get it under control, you know, because it is work. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. Any other thoughts or questions? We have about 20 minutes.
I don't know. I tend to talk myself out of doing a lot of things that I need to do, mostly because of fear. So yeah, I'm working on like stopping that and transmuting that. And
just replace it, like say, well, I'm scared to do this, but I know that I'm really good at it, you know. I don't know what it is that you do, but yeah, just throw in a positive to, like, you know, give yourself a pep talk. Anyone else?
Ashley's muted again.
Yes, I see. There you go.
Oh, there I am. Sorry, guys. I was walking through a shop and it was very loud. No, I think, you know, I think when there is an experiential curve that people are going into, I think it's normal as we're getting going with, especially the vision, and especially if there's no model of one, our competency doing it before, and two, maybe it's a new frontier. It's very easy to sit in contemplation and let those creepy, sneaky thoughts of doubt creep in and really undermine what it is that we're doing. Instead of trusting, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm on track. You know, this is what I know I'm supposed to do. And thank you so much. And when we get that feedback, it's really a process of, you know, like you were talking about earlier, sitting with those thoughts, like touching in with all of the senses of confirming, yeah, I see a tree in front of me. Yeah, I see the sky in front of me. Yeah, I see the ground underneath me. Yeah, I can feel my fingers together. I can touch my clothes. I can touch, you know, a purse or a kitty cat or a puppy. And I have different textures and I can taste and smell, you know. And when we understand that, and we have that as a check-in reference point, then it can allow us to look at those thoughts that we're thinking about and recognize that maybe what we're seeing is not a truth and it's a judgment that's coming from maybe a space of fear, or maybe it's being impressed into us and we know it's not something that we believe in.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree.
I absolutely loved your suggestion about the recording. I think I'd share that with you, that I record myself constantly and I'll play it back, especially like in the morning, and I'll listen to it again at night to just, confirm that my thoughts are on track with where I'm growing, and just really assess where's the percentage of the stinking thinking coming from, what's going on. Right. And are those my thoughts, and it's like, when you're consistently doing healthy things for yourself and you're doing good things to love on yourself, especially when it's a difficult time, and then all of a sudden that left field quote comes into your head, and all of a sudden you hear something that 100% is not your thought, regardless of where it comes from, it doesn't matter. But you can really just in that moment be like, oh, thanks, that's not my thought at all. I'm not listening to that thought.
Well, I think too that once we do figure out where the root of the thought is coming from, we can confront that part of our shadow self.
Right.
And
right.
Heal that part of ourself that is making us feel like we're not good enough, or, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Why am I feeling this way? What triggered that, and then dig deeper to heal the root.
Exactly. And I think there is a thing, especially when I was teaching and I was certifying and training people, something that came up a lot is I would refer to it as energy fleas. And if you're an empathetic person, it is very easy to take on other people's shit. If you're unaware of your own aura, if you're not even cleaning your own aura or protecting your own aura. So cutting cords is so important on so many different levels. And it's not just to separate yourself from someone else, but if that's not a loving cord, it doesn't need to be entangled with you whatsoever. And so energetic fleas and thoughts and things like that around you, we've all been in that place before. We've sat down and it's almost like you can feel the vibrations coming off of someone, and it affects you. And it's like you may be totally unaware that it's coming from someone else. And if you're susceptible, especially if you're closer to your moon as a woman, or you still have that, you can 100% pick up that energy and it can creep into you. And if 100% that, no, I'm consistent and persistent, and these are my thoughts, these are my actions, this is the auto programming, this does not belong, one of these is not the same, then right there that you pick something up and it's just time to clean your own house, i.e. your body.
Exactly. And next week, that's actually what we're going to be talking about, is cutting those energetic cords.
Yes. Yes.
And next week should be very interesting. But I'm trying to get a guest to come on with me next week. So it may be the week after that we talk about, I don't know yet. I have to work out the schedule with this person. But yeah, it's next. It'll be in the next lesson about cutting the energetic cords and things, because we do have to separate that stuff. Because it's not healthy for us at all.
No. And it's not just a one and done situation in certain situations, especially if, somebody is, and I don't like to really label somebody like this, but if somebody's in a healing crisis and they're reaching out to us and we're sharing love with them, it can almost come across like they're an energetic vampire. And maybe that's not their intent. And usually if you say, hey, are you aware that this is the way of being right now, and they don't listen up or shape it up, then, you've got something that you're working with that maybe is out of your wheelhouse of boundaries. But for most people,
you with your personal bubble, you kind of put a vibe out there that, hey, you're going a little too far. There's a line. Don't cross the line. I'll help you, but you can't suck up all of my energy and all of my time. I just, and
totally
you've got to establish that bubble.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. But then it's also too, if somebody is just energetically dumping, then that's something that can happen too. When they're energetically dumping, you kind of have to give containers and give them, okay, we're going to have 5 minutes. Tell me everything you want to do, and then tell me what you're going to do about it. Like
right.
they need almost that redirection, you know?
Right. Because, I mean, there's been times I've had to just cut people off because I just can't do it. I can't, because it's just, no. And I'm not trying to be rude. I like to think that I was a nice person and that I help people out, but some people are just like, stay the fuck away from me.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And I mean, like, and it's one of those things too that I think, you know, just speaking to, I mean, I've been doing body work and working with people's energy for years, even before I knew I was doing it, you know, consciously. And I think it's, you know, once you kind of figure that out, you know, a lot of people are not woke, or they're incapable of looking at anything more than their own perspective. And
Right.
that's 100% egoic. And if they're not about to look outside of their own two eyes and get some perspective on the situation, not just what their intuition's telling them, but doing something proactive to remedy the problem, right? Be a part of the solution, grow into the better person, take the challenge with grace, whatever it may be. When they're actively hurting other people, you know, especially with their inability to self-soothe, you know, like when you're a 2-year-old, that's a much different equation. When you're 52, 32, 22, you need to own up for yourself. And so, and that goes on the other side of the fence, because I think a lot of times too, I've heard people talk on live streams about people that they're dealing with, right? And they're taking on a lot of that energy, and it's an empathetic struggle of fixing. And we're not here to fix anybody, you know, except for our own way of being. And then that either helps other people shape it up or ship it out. That's it. So.
Okay. Well, we got about 12 minutes left, so let's go ahead and do a couple of little readings. I mean, if you guys want me to do readings, does anybody?
I would love outside perspective. But Nika, you go first. Are you on here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hi, girl.
I need to think about it. So, the other two aren't here anymore, I guess. Are they?
They muted themselves. I can unmute them if they ask. Okay, I guess if they ask, I'll unmute them. Let me see.
All right. Well, I really don't have like any big questions to ask. I know you had said to me before that I'd be moving, like end of October, beginning of November. But I wanted to know if I was going to be able to get the place myself.
Okay.
Like me.
Like without a roommate. Yeah. Okay. Let me see.
Like without anybody else having to sign on or anything like that.
They're saying no. So you're probably going to have a co-signer or a roommate.
I have a roommate, but I'm getting a roommate, but I just don't want them to sign the lease.
Oh, well, that's a possibility. You could always do that. You don't have to put them on the lease. The lease can be in your own name. Let me see. Well, you need a co-signer for your lease. No, you don't need a co-signer on your lease.
Thanks so much, Lynna.
You're very welcome. But yeah, I mean, that way you're the one that gets to wear the pants. You know what I mean? It'll be your place, and they're just there, and they'll pay rent while they're there, and then you can pay it by yourself, or no longer need their help, or whatever the case may be. You can just tell them to go.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you don't have to put. They're saying,
like I was like whenever you told me that, and you told me around this time, you said end of October, like beginning of November, and I was like, there's no way. I kept saying there's no way, there's no way, there's no way, but yeah, it's happening.
Yeah. See, you gotta listen.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, if you're wanting to be able to get your own place, no help at all, then they're saying that you don't need a co-signer, but you're not going to get it by yourself. So if you want to change that, go ahead and start making a plan. Save money, put a little bit aside each time. That way you have that cushion, and so you won't need a roommate or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Because I know I don't like roommates. I don't like people in my business. I really just don't like other people in my space. I don't even like my kids coming in my room. I really don't. I'm like, what do you want? But no, I feel you. But yeah, just so start putting a little bit aside. Each time they make a payment, put a couple $100 back, because really you would have been paying the whole thing without their help. So now you have this extra amount that you don't have to pay. So take part of that extra amount and put it aside for your cushion.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. And so they can help you out for a little while. They can help you, get to where you want to be. And then you can put a time limit on them and say, look, you have 90 days. That's plenty of time. You need to go ahead and start trying to find your own place.
Yep.
Because 90 days, they can be looking for a place. They can fill out applications. They can save money for their deposit. Whatever they need to do, 90 days should be enough.
Oh, I gotta go. I completely forgot. I have class with Shishi tonight.
Okay. Well, go.
All right.
Tell her I said hello.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey there.
Oh, hi, Mariska. Okay. Okay, let me unmute everybody. Come on, unmute. You might have you tried it from your end, Veronica? Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. We'll do Mariska, and then I'm still trying to get you. I don't know why it won't unmute you, Veronica. But let me do Mariska, and then I'll get right to you. So she wants to know, will there be an increase in finances? It looks like it's going to be around March, because they're showing like spring flowers when spring first begins. And let me see. Okay. Children. Message they have for Veronica. Veronica, they're telling you to watch your spending. You need to take a rest. Take a break for a while. You are going to be having a new financial opportunity soon to increase your income, but watch your spending for now. Well, they're saying a new financial enterprise or opportunity for prosperity. So it's very possible a new job or even maybe a promotion where you're at. It could be, they're not telling me exactly what it is, to be honest. So it could be like, I don't know if you do something on the side, but they're showing that you're going to have an increase in your finances, but you're spending too much right now. So you need to hold on to what you have and kind of just rest and wait. But it is coming. And Mariska, let me see. Would relocate. I'm thinking they will, but let me see. Will there be a relocation to Canada? They're saying yes. And he is loyal to you. They want you to know that he is loyal to you. Okay, any other questions? We got like 2 minutes left.
Yeah, can you do just a card for me? And just, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, any random card and give some guidance of what's on my heart without having to share my business.
Let me see. For you, we will do... Nope, not that. I use Gabriel and see what he has to say for you. They're saying success. Congratulations, you did it.
Wow.
You know what
all of the things?
Huh?
No, all of the things are just, is it career? Is it love? Is it all of the things?
It's showing a lot of green, so it's probably money. And it's
Awesome.
saying share your art with the world.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that's what they were talking about. But it's a success.
Awesome.
Okay, Mariska, let me pull a Gabriel card for you. And I'll do it for Veronica too, just for the hell of it. For Mariska, allow yourself to receive. Open your arms to welcome the blessings and answered prayers that God is sending to you. So don't be like, oh no, I'll be fine. It's okay. Those are blessings. You can accept that. And then for Veronica, let's see. I like these cards. For Veronica, we have perfectionism. Polishing your creative project is fine, but don't allow perfectionist fear to result in procrastination. So not everything has to be exactly perfect. It's perfect just the way it is. You're doing great. Does that make sense to you? Are you like very anal? I know I am that way. Okay. Because even like my monthly teroscopes, I'll go back and it'll take me 5 hours to edit and make a 20-minute video. All right. Well, come back next week. If we don't have our guest that I'm wanting to have, then we will talk about cutting those energetic cords and things so that we can get rid of, psychic vampires and unhealthy things.
Oh, that'll be great. That would be so great, girl. Thank you. Thank you so much for this evening.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Feel better.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. To find out more about Mademoiselle Lynna or to book a reading, please visit us online at www.conjuremits.com. That is CONJUREKNITS.com.